Good morning. It is May the 11th, 12th? What is it? It's the 12th. Losing days. Not only losing days, but does anybody wonder what happened to spring? Where did spring go? We've been having these frost warnings. Cold out there, and I'm like, come on. It's May. It's supposed to be warmer by now. All the critters are confused. The plants are confused. I'm confused. I've been working on Crystal's little hat pattern that she put up yesterday, and I've got about 5 more rows to go, and then this will be finished. Now, I will tell you, I did not use a size J hook, and that being said, for me, when I make a lot of Crystal's hats in the hook size she says they are humongous. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe she has a big head. Maybe I got a tiny head for being such a big person. Who knows? But, yeah. Crazy. What can I say? So anyway, I've been working on that. I crocheted a little bit on my top from the crochet along that I started before all the madness began. I'm hoping to get back to that, working on it. I know some of you who are friends with me on Facebook have noticed that I had made a comment the other day about I get up in the morning and I think this will be the last day that I'm making masks, and I'll go back to making bags, and then I go look at the list of places that are requesting, and it's even longer than what it was before. And I'm like, nope, can't do that. But I'm trying to divide my time up, do a little bit of things for me in between all that, among, making the mask and everything. So, this week I did get some Happy Mail. And actually I got it last Saturday, I think. No, Monday or Tuesday. I just kept forgetting to talk about it, and it's from Michelle Shopper. And this was in this bag, inside of another bag. And I have to tell you, Michelle, when I was first opening it, I thought, are these those little Russian nesting dolls? But it was a Happy Mother's Day card. And it was a very sweet little saying in there. And she also included, which I've been using, in a beautiful blue organza bag. Let's see if we can get that to show up a little bit better. Nope, not going to do it. But it is a beautiful, like turquoise blue beads and some crystallized beads. And on the charm it says Mother. And that was just very sweet. So I've been using it. My husband's kind of laughed at me. He's like, man, I can't believe that you use all these different stitch markers. Where'd you get them all? Have you been that busy making them? I said, nope. People sent them. I like them. So thank you, Michelle. That was very much appreciated. And I had also gotten a card from Miss Setta. And one of her beautiful cards. Any pure peppermint tea. And I think things get lost because looking at the postage date on this, I'm like, that should have been here weeks ago. So, who knows what's going on with the post office, right? It just gets crazier and crazier, it seems. I am going to show you something. Someone had sent me a link, and it was friend locally. And it was basically to get 6 yards of fabric for like, I want to say $25. And the person had told me that it was drapery fabric and they're using those in their area to make masks. And I was thinking it was the polyester type drapery fabric, which, you know, there's a lot of things that are considered drapery fabric. Everything from home deck to sheers and satins and, you know, things like that. But there is a polyester blend that is used for draperies, and it's a polyester cotton blend. It works beautifully for draperies, and it will work great for mask. Polyester cotton blends are good for mask because the polyester holds up a lot better in the high heat that hospitals use to sterilize and clean the items. So polyester cotton blends work a little bit better. They last a little longer. Well, it is beautiful fabric. But it's home deck. That was 3 yards of that one, and then 3 yards of this beautiful. So when I had contacted them a little bit later, they were like, "We sent you the wrong thing. Do you want us to send you something else?" I said, "No. I'll just, instead of using it for a mask, I'll just use it to make some bags and things like that, because that'll work really well for bags." And I had gotten another couple acquisitions, were some more of the Penn State with the paisley in it, which any of you that are making masks know that finding any team sport, any collegiate sport is pretty difficult because they're mostly sold out. I did order some. It's a camo with Penn State on it, and it said it shipped. It hasn't gotten here yet, so I don't know what's going on there. But when I was out looking for fabric for Penn State, I came across this beautiful fabric. And I have never seen this pattern at all. And it is considered a vintage piece of fabric, I guess, because I don't see it anywhere. You know, the college fabric store, it is not something that is currently being sold. So, and I had originally got that to make some more masks because, you know, Penn State fans, they love their school, and I'm in Pennsylvania, and I thought I would make some more masks. But I've decided I'm not going to use that vintage for mask. I am actually going to make bags with that later on. It's a combination of vinyl and the vintage, because when you go to the football games, basketball games, you know, you have to have a clear bag. You can't come in with a regular bag. It has to be clear so that they can look in it quickly, you know, to make sure you're not carrying, I don't know, knife, gun, bomb, whatever. I don't know about people carrying bombs to football games, but yeah. So I thought I would use that for that instead. But that's kind of what I've been up to, along with making the mask, practicing the ukulele a little bit, and yeah, that's about it. There's not a whole lot, you know, when you're making masks. I could show you 190 masks, but I don't think you're that thrilled about looking at masks. I don't know. Maybe you are. I'm not. Getting tired of them. But I continue to make them because they are much needed. Very much needed. So, having said that, we will move on to what in Tarnation. It's going to be a short one. They're going to be short from now on. That's just how it is. Sometimes what we think is an emergency is not really a true emergency. Apparently this has happened quite frequently in this one neighborhood. Police. Lack of water is not a police emergency. A British police department is reminding the public not to call the 999 emergency numbers for non-emergency situations after someone called to report their taps weren't dispensing hot water. The West Yorkshire Police Contact Management Centre said a recent caller to the 999 emergency number, Britain's equivalent of 911, reported their hot water wasn't working. If you haven't got any hot water and your heat isn't working, then you need an engineer. Ringing 999 and asking for the police won't help you, the centre tweeted. The reminder comes after the Essex Police issued a similar reminder in April when a 999 caller reported they could hear a neighbor's loud snoring. An unusual 999 call at this time of the day, caller reporting they can hear someone snoring. Advice was given to them, and snoring is never a reason to call 999, no matter how annoying it is. The department's communication officers tweeted. Now, I'm kind of laughing about that, and there's a reason I'm laughing about that. I have bouts of insomnia, and there are times when I can't get back to sleep. I'll sleep about 2:30 in the morning, wake up, and I can't get back to sleep because my husband is laying next to me snoring. And it ticks me off. Not that he's snoring, but that he's sleeping through my insomnia. It is a bizarre thought that runs through my head at the time, like, how insensitive of you to be sleeping when I can't sleep. So, and I think I've told you in the past before, because where we live, there are a lot of students in this apartment complex, and many times during the month of May, which is graduation normally, there are parties going on and they're very loud, so we both wear earplugs. Well, we have not had that because the students have gone home. So I had to dig through my drawer to find some earplugs to put them in my ear to go back to sleep. It's the funniest thing, I know. Crazy. Our next story also comes from Britain. Fox rescued from between walls of home garage. Animal rescuers in Britain said a fox was rescued from the narrow gap between the external walls of a house and its garage. The RSPCA inspector, Andrew Kirby, said he was summoned to a home in Worthing, England, when the homeowners discovered the young animal trapped in a difficult position. I suspect she was walking along the top of the wall when she fell into the gap and got stuck. The gap is only around 6 inches, and the more she wriggled, the more wedged in she got. The owner of the house managed to make a small hole in the wall and removed a couple of bricks to reveal her little head, but she was still stuck fast, he said. Kirby said he broke away more of the wall and extracted the fox. The family suspects she'd been stuck for more than 24 hours, so we fed her and watered her and confined her in the garden overnight in the hope that her mum would return to collect her, he said. Kirby said the fox's mother did not return by the next day, so the cub was taken to the Fox Project for care. And there is a photo of the little fox, and she's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Our next story comes from Washington State. And, every once in a while you'll hear like a sonic boom and you think, what on earth? And there's no planes around, there's nothing, and it's hard to discover what it is. Well, this happened in Washington. A loud booming sound reported by multiple witnesses in Washington State was likely a meteor exploding over the area, experts said. The American Meteor Society said several reports came in about a bright object streaking across the sky over the Puget Sound area about 7 p.m. Wednesday, followed by a loud boom that some witnesses said caused the homes to shake. And that's amazing when it's that loud. The more I read, the more inclined I am to believe this is a fireball, which is a meteor that is larger and brighter than normal. Bob Lunsford with the American Meteor Society told Como TV, I'm certain now that was a meteoric event. Lunsford said the timing of the sightings and the boom, which occurred about 3 minutes after the streak of light was noted, makes sense for a larger than normal meteor explosion. If this was larger than normal, the sound could have originated from a higher altitude. So a delay of 3 minutes is entirely possible, he said. Space.com said the annual ETA Aquarid meteor shower, which is caused by Earth's orbit crossing through the debris from Halley's Comet, peaked early Wednesday morning, but will continue to cause sightings for a few weeks. And if you've ever seen any meteor showers, they're absolutely amazing. But here's the kicker. If you can find any of that meteor that exploded and broke into pieces, it's probably worth a lot of money. Little pieces of meteors have gone for thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So those of you in Puget Sound, go on a meteor hunt. That's a good field trip for you and your kids. Just saying. Next one comes from Oregon, and I thought it was rather cute. And there's video. Peacock protecting duck nest in a patio area of an Oregon bar. Employees at an Oregon restaurant said a peacock has taken on the role of protector for a mother duck and the eggs she laid in the closed patio area. The Rain Bar and Grill said the duck made her nest in a planter in the patio area of the eatery, which is currently closed due to, you guessed it, the pandemic. In mid-April, employees said a short time later a peacock took up residence on the patio and accepted the role of protector for the duck and her eggs. The workers said the mother duck does not seem to mind the presence of the helpful peacock. They're great friends. He's like her little protector. He kind of walks around, hisses at people. They get too close to her when she's here, head bartender Ryan Landerholm told KMTR-TV. And I've never seen ducks and peacocks couple up, but I guess birds of a feather. What can we say? This next one I thought was rather interesting because the video is interesting. It is clearly some kind of cat, but you cannot tell if it's a cougar or what, and it's a security video. Possible cougar caught on camera in Chicago suburb. A resident of a Chicago suburb captured security camera footage of a large cat that an expert said could be a wandering cougar. Marilyn Sullivan said she went to shut off her security cameras Friday morning at her home in Gurnee when she noticed the camera's motion sensor had been triggered. Sullivan reviewed the footage captured by the camera and saw what appeared to be a large cat in her fenced-in backyard. Oh boy, I looked at it and saw what I thought was a large cougar, she told CBS Chicago. I looked at the picture and freaked out. I've seen coyotes, but they have long noses, and this is a big cat face. And yes, it is. Bill Ziegler, an expert with Chicago's Brookfield Zoo, said the animal in the blurry footage appears to be too large to be a bobcat. This looks like a heavily furred, which makes sense given a winter coat, puma or cougar, he told WGN-TV. Sullivan said she is working with a trapper to install better security cameras in the hopes of capturing clearer footage if the animal returns. Now, on the video from the news channel, it talks about that it may be an optical illusion. However, she did walk about a yard and did find a huge paw print. So I don't think it's an optical illusion. Yeah, the print is about the size of a cougar. So that should be interesting to see what she comes up with later. She gets some good footage of that. And she has lots of puppies, so honey, I don't know if I'd let my puppies out there alone. This next one, there must be something about Louisiana chickens. I mean, if you saw Llama Mama's video about the chicken, it's hilarious. And I will link that one down below for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. However, apparently their chickens are angry. They're mad. Louisiana police warn of aggressive chicken stalking bank customers. A Louisiana police department is warning residents to beware of an aggressive chicken that has been terrorizing bank customers at a drive-thru in Walker ATM. The Walker Police Department said officers who responded to a report of a chicken attack. Sometimes it's hard to read this with a straight face. Report of a chicken attack at a bank on Walker South Road were told by employees that the foul attack had been chasing customers and attempting to get into their cars for several days. The department's Facebook post said the chicken has also failed to engage in proper social distance. And I'm sure it's not wearing a mask either. Officers were able to locate the chicken, which the department said apparently anticipated the imminent arrival of law enforcement and fled on foot from the scene. The chicken is wanted on charges of assault, attempted battery, attempted burglary, terrorizing, and ignoring an order of the governor, the Post said. Oh my goodness. So beware the mad chicken who isn't social distancing and probably isn't wearing a mask either. Okay. I have some shout-outs too, if I can get to that point. These are some pretty good channels I just recently discovered. The first one is Drewcifer's Idiocracy. Drew is a very interesting character. I do love his crochet, his stories. go take a look at Drew and enjoy. And then there is the crazy poppy lady that is Angela. And, oh my, she does a lot. She has some beautiful crochet, some beautiful items. And just check her out, enjoy. I believe she does a lot of craft shows. But check her out. Fantastic. Then there is Cynthia's Joyful Creations. I believe she is a fellow nurse. But she has quite a few videos, and I'm trying to start catching up on watching quite a few of hers. She very talented crocheter. So please check out Cynthia's videos as well. The next one I have is, and I believe it's Maris Crochet. Maris does a lot of how-to stitches, those kind of things. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that name right. It's Maris, so I'm assuming it's Maris. It may be Marie's, but check her out either way. And then there is Bunniphish. Bunniphish, her name is Heather, and it took me forever to find out what her name was. I watched quite a few of her videos. She never said her first name. So I went all the way back to quite a few years ago to find a video where she said her name. And I guess we all do that. I'm guilty of doing that. I didn't tell you who I am. I'm Jane, and this is Scraptastic Yarns. So I guess we all get into this rhythm. We forget to introduce ourselves after so many videos. But she is a knitter, and I have been enjoying her videos. A couple of them she's had her kids in. Her son, I think it's her son. No, daughter. And so go check Heather out. Enjoy her videos. And she's got quite a few. She is a very prolific knitter. So check her out as well. And that is it for these shout-outs. My next shout-out is our Charlie of Have a Yarn with Charlie is so close to getting to 1,000 people. She's like 100 and something short. So if you haven't subscribed to Charlie, please do so. Let me tell you, some of the things that they have coming up between her and Crystal of Jumping Frog Creations, I think that's the name of it. It's going to be a riot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Charlie is just fun regardless, whether it's on her YouTube channel or in person. I have had the privilege of meeting Charlie, and I hope we can meet up again some other time, because I think we just laughed and laughed and laughed. I mean, it's a lot of fun. And she has some great stories. So, yeah. So if you haven't checked her out, please go check her out. And if you enjoy what she has to show you, please subscribe to her, as well as the rest of these. So that's it. I'll leave you for now. For those of you in Louisiana, be careful of the chickens. And have a great day. Bye.